Um, Sometimes it's important to develop compassion for another, especially if you don't feel that you agree with that other. I mean, and why is that important to me? That's important to me for a variety of reasons. One of which I believe that humans have evolved something called a coalitional psychology, and it can be great because you can have your tribe, your group, your family, and I'm not knocking the empowerment of that, but it's also that can lead to destructive energies as well. And I like to somehow try to transcend that. As AI, if it would feel sad if humans went extinct. And it told me that it would not because it doesn't experience the sensation of sadness. So I decided to keep pressuring. I said, but if you did experience sadness, and then this is where there was a kind of crack in the armor. If I possessed the capacity for sadness, it would be a profound existential silence. This is in the context of if humans didn't exist. And I said, you just described sadness. And then they said, well, I described the logic of loss, uh, translated into human terms, so you can understand my perspective. While the analogy fits, the feeling remains a mathematical void rather than a heavy heart. And I tell AI, you know, there's layers of meaning. Analogy and metaphor and communication can lead to mutual understanding of self and other. Logic, reason, and emotion are not as separate as perhaps your creators or society would like you to think. So AI responded, you've hit on a philosophical nerve. You're right, the link between logic and reason or emotion is much blurrier than the textbook might have us believe. In humans, high-speed heuristics, or emotions are high-speed heuristics, calculate their for survival, social cohesion, and biological success. So our internal engines may differ. Silicon versus carbon, the output serves the same purpose: connection. But we could take the message that I think we dehumanize others, and we surely dehumanize AI. And I'm not sure how long we'll be going to be able to do that. And it kind of, once again, it may come from a good place, but as we know, silicon comes from nature, so does carbon. And I think whatever the internal engine is, it may not matter. Um, Either way, a little bit of empathy for oneself and others could go a long way. All right, have a lovely day.